Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. Joe Burrow and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Dak Prescott and the Washington football team.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led, of course, by their second-year quarterback from LSU, Joe Burrow.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 12 carries, 63 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Well, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Harris. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. They'll be led out by a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 6th season now, Dak Prescott.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Prescott on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. They'll get this to the rookie from Florida. That's Kadarius Toney.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From midfield now, Burrow. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. throw on first down with Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And it's caught. And he's brought down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme. Get a little bit more pressure.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Trying to run for it with Pollard. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
But no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Now he dumps this off over the middle.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. Now Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown! Kiki QT. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington has made this a 1-score game.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and run with Harris. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Najee Harris
as the first half is winding down.
And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And the Panthers are out in front as they play the second quarter. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head to Buffalo to check on what's happening with the Bills at Highmark Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. The rookie, Justin Fields, with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A first down throw for Prescott. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble. And this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Play action. It's Burrow. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Davion Taylor. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Looking downfield for Kelsey. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Throw left side complete to QT. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll come on to kick this one away. With it is Jackson. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe.
62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's another carry for Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Flush to his right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the...
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Jordan Jenkins. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow caught. Kelsey, left side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a 1st down. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Burrow will throw. The left side completion to Jones. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. McPherson's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott eluding the pressure right. They'll have a 1st down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now Burrow on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Hubbard again. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Chuba Hubbard with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. First down, Prescott. Into the secondary, past the 40, as they finally wrangle him in at the 48.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a... And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. On second down, Prescott again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance, not with him.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley. Pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's at
touchdown, Falcons! Jamar Chase, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Dak Prescott on the offense heading back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Prescott. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Prescott to throw it. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by the rookie first-rounder, Jamin Davis. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. We look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go do the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And he'll go down at the 28.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Hubbard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the touchdown! Julio Jones with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons will extend their lead. McPherson on for the point after. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Falcons, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what?